In just over a week, the state of Texas is set to execute Robert Roberson. He is a 57-year-old man with autism convicted in the 2003 death of his daughter. But a bipartisan majority of the Texas House is calling for mercy, citing new medical knowledge they believe proves his innocence. Our Ryan Chandler explains the stakes.
When Robert Roberson rushed his daughter Nikki to the hospital, he was in handcuffs before she even died. Her condition led doctors to suspect foul play, alleging she died of shaken baby syndrome. Roberson is set to die this month. But dozens of doctors and lawmakers say not only is he innocent, no crime ever occurred.
It's a very disturbing case. Every Texan should be alarmed that this is careening forward in our name as somehow the product of justice, when in fact, it's an emblem of how things can go terribly wrong.
New medical knowledge discredits the shaken baby syndrome hypothesis. Roberson's lawyers say instead, Nikki died of severe pneumonia that was worsened by improper medication at the hospital. Debunked medical theories combined with Roberson's undiagnosed autism point to an unfair trial, his growing team of allies argues.
It'll be a very grave injustice, and I wouldn't want it on my watch.
Last week, a bipartisan group of state lawmakers visited Roberson in prison. More than half of the Texas House is now urging mercy.
He was full of hope, full of energy. He gave us hope. He had so much hope inside him that he gave us hope.
His only hope now lies with the Board of Pardons and Paroles and the governor. He's hoping for a reduced penalty. The decision is ultimately up to Governor Abbott.
We have not been able to get a court to look at this new evidence, and the clock is ticking, and we are down to the wire with really only the recourse of clemency.
Ryan Chandler, State of Texas.
This is Roberson's second execution date. In 2016, the Court of Criminal Appeals halted his execution 1 week before he was scheduled to go to the death chamber. The appeals court sent the case back to the trial court in Anderson County, and after a hearing in 2021, the district judge said there was insufficient evidence to grant Roberson a new trial. Then in 2023, the Court of Criminal Appeals denied the request to overturn Roberson's conviction. But attention from lawmakers can make a difference. 2 years ago, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals halted Melissa Lucio's execution 2 days before she was scheduled to die. Lucio was found guilty in 2008 of killing her 2-year-old daughter. State lawmakers visited her on death row, calling attention to evidence that Lucio claimed would exonerate her. In 2022, the appeals court delayed her execution. Earlier this year, a district judge recommended that Lucio's death sentence should be overturned. That recommendation is now before the Court of Criminal Appeals. Pardons are rare in Texas. Governor Greg Abbott granted 3 pardons last year, 2 in 2022 and 8 in 2021, most for minor sentences. He has granted clemency to only 1 death row inmate. Thank you again for joining us for State of Texas. I'm Josh Hinkle, and we'll be back next week to bring you an in-depth look at Texas politics.